I know why it's for the year I'm doing it for toast. But I am going to know. Everybody say we in the 21st century.
They lie.
Oh God, you're the first one to talk.
No. Next year is the 21st.
Not next year.
This is the last year of the 20th century.
100 years. Yes. I pay it because I told this camera. I said, here, brother. I come in and I give you $10 on the building. And I'm going to draw it out in April. And I want 100 years in this.
Yeah, you're right.
He said, no. I said, but you know my asked me?
Yes.
How old were you when you were born?
Oh, it's lovely.
So I said, well, it all depends.
What? Depends.
Yeah.
How you mean?
You know how old you were when you were born?
I didn't know where I was. Wait.
It is when you come out, that when you're born. Why don't you say, when you were mommy talking, you were born? 9 months before that.
That's what the Pope say. Pope say
Red onion.
9 months before you were born, you were born.
It was the night of joy you were born.
No, what you say to that?
Let me tell you what I say.
All right.
Yeah.
All religions are damn liars. Don't like it, don't have to follow what you do. Now,
Fresh.
but I'm concerned,
All right.
all come
From the garden.
from a book that was written
Or alive.
2,000 years AD, other Domini, after Christ was crucified. Who the hell know what it is?
No.
You go tell me I have to believe what Noah said, and the Pope tell me find it in the Alps, and the pilgrimage going to look for it. And so I think they didn't have hammer, they didn't have nails, they have mine, they tied, and it float. And I went up to a raw animal like a lion. I said, Mister, you look so nice. Come with me and give a nice hug. And he said, oh, that's nice. So I said, he said, what do you want? So he go on and he said, well, what can I buy you? He said, oh, yes, no. Mr. Noah, mine, lion, tiger, rhinoceros, feed them, water them, clean out the pen, he alone.
Nobody had God's help.
Free, the fly bomb, any damn thing you want to go. Right? Well, no.
Sandfly is born in Valsine.
Who?
Mosquito is born in Valsine.
Because you are. Sorry.
So Percy, Kathleen says that you're from Caesar Augustus. Where you come from originally? Caesar Augustus is your grandfather?
Me?
Yes.
I don't know where my grandfather or grandmother come from. All I can tell you is what I hold. And as far as I'm concerned, my grandfather had a name, Francisco Aquilarius Augustus.
Yes.
And all history tell me about an Augustus who was an emperor in Rome.
But Francisco.
But that was a book written by people 2,000 years after.
No, everybody talking about all these things that happening.
Now where was Francis?
My grandfather had a name, Francisco Aquilarius Augustus, that's Italian.
Now where's Francisco from, you know?
I don't know. That is Italian talk.
But he came to Trinidad or he's from Venezuela? Or?
Dutch or otherwise, but it's Italian talk. I don't know.
What about your father? Your father was born here?
Now, you are a young fellow living. Do you know what his great-grandfather did?
Who's mine?
Yeah.
I don't know about
No, but I'm talking about your father now, your father. I know my friend.
Yeah. Does he know what his great-grandfather did?
I don't think so, but I tell you what, my great-grandchildren are going to have this tape and you will tell them what you did.
No, if they have the common sense like me, no university owns them. They will teach the blasted university how to go about the business.
No, wait.
Let me finish.
Let me interrupt Augustus for the first time in 40 friggin' years.
You are good.
You enjoyed school?
Yes.
You had a good time in school?
Good one?
You had a good time in school?
No.
Why not?
Because I got me answered every day.
Why?
Why? Is what I asked you a while ago. The reason being, I had to walk 4.5 miles to go to school. Nobody here walking 500 feet. I had to walk 4.5 miles to go to school.
Where you went to school?
Yeah. I never had the opportunity to go to no kindergarten. All these little children go to kindergarten, I know. My aunt taught me and my brother to the age of about 12. And then she decided to get married. My father didn't agree with who she wanted to marry. And he said, if you marry, don't come here. She married him, and that was the end of that. They never spoke death. That was it. Never even when the dead go to Europe.
So what about school?
School. After walking 1.5 miles, I had to go to school to learn a thing called Greek. Never did like it. Oh no, never would learn it. My father was an ape behind a fellow called Norman Lamont. To talk about puppy dog, that puppy dog. But going further, nothing Sir Norman did was wrong. It was wonderful. I had to walk, yelling. I walk back. And my father beat me again.
Why? Why he beat you?
Because I never learned Greek. I wouldn't learn it and everything was poor.
But why did you not learn Greek?
What?
Why didn't you learn Greek?
And you know what I asked him myself now?
What?
I lived till 91 and I don't even know one symbol. What I asked you, that's what is it?
Y2K. K is the Greek
I
symbol.
don't know. Then why I asked you, what is the meaning of K? You tell me Greek. I said, well, I don't know it, so I don't know what it is. It just happened.
But why you didn't learn it?
I just simply didn't like it.
It was nonsense. It had no purpose.
And I want to know now, I live to my present age, and I've never used a Greek word. What the hell did I get licked for? And how can you call me?
But you
It's
talk.
cruel.
Who used to beat you? Who used to beat
My
you?
father,
For what?
because I didn't learn Greek.
No, when ask him about when his father was at the botanical gardens. That's when you were learning.
Your father planted the botanical gardens?
Yes. He's the curator of the botanical garden.
In what year?
1903.
He, before he died, he wrote what he wanted in tombstone. And I had instructions when he died to place this piece of marble on the tombstone. And it's all written there in Ramat Village.
Yes.
What is it?
He said there was the curator, first was the manager of Royal Estate.
River Estate. They go out
And
there.
then there were,
What year was that?
1882.
no, that when he born.
Yes. But you?
Me? I born in Blue River.
Yeah, but what year you born?
I born in 1908.
Well, what year he born?
He born in 1982.
1882.
I mean, back by 1880.
And what year he was working? What year he was a curator in the gardens?
He was the curator of the gardens somewhere in 1910, 12, somewhere there. And then Sir Norman Lamont, through the professor of horticulture in the
University.
in Trinidad, fellow by the name of Kamodi.
Kamodi.
Called Kamodi.
Yes, I know that name. You?
Happened to know Lamont. Lamont had just inherited Palmiste Estate from his ancestors.
Sir James Lamont.
Now, he was never going to be the owner. His brother was going to be the owner. But when they signed the business of, he was in the Boer War, and he got shot, they didn't sign the armistice. So, Sir Norman Lamont inherited everything that he was to get
From his brother.
His brother was the eldest, but he died.
In the Boer War?
This Lamont
Yeah.
was being trained to become the Prime Minister of England.
Of England?
Who,
I thought
Norman?
he was from Scotland.
He was being trained to become the Prime Minister of England.
They never train people for that.
Well-
You have to be stupid to be the Prime Minister of England.
All right, that is
Come, Percy.
just this.
Don't give me that.
He went just listen. I could tell you from what I have heard
Okay.
that there was a Prime Minister called Sir John Bannerman. And
That's true.
he was the understudy to Sir
That's
John
true,
Bannerman. Go back in the history.
That's true, Danny. I never heard of Sir John.
All right, I just
But he said that's true.
the Prime
Something
Minister
about
of
England. He
England.
said it was a Sir
I
John
never
Bannerman.
heard
Yeah,
that.
he knew. He was the Prime Minister of England. Where did he go? Come listen to me.
So, and Sir Norman Lamont was understudy to Sir John Bannerman.
The Boer War came on. He and his brother went to the Boer War. He became a colonel in the Boer War army, and his brother was one. But the day the armistice was signed, he, the brother, the eldest one, got killed. Lamont, which I know, inherited the business. What year? Maybe 1925 or whatever it is. And he came to Trinidad. Now he inherited all the people, some in Java, some in Ceylon, Trinidad, all over the blasted place. No, he came to Trinidad. No, he didn't like cane. There was a factory called Palmiste Factory, sugar factory. Sorry, don't want no cane. So he converted everything. He wanted cocoa, coconut,
Coffee.
coffee, no cane.
He never went for cane?
No.
You sure?
He didn't pick it up in the truck. He didn't pick it up in the truck. There we are.
So, Uncle Percy, what about your mother? Where was she from?
What?
Your mother.
Your mother.
Your mother.
My mother?
Yeah.
Queenie.
Where was she
Queenie.
from?
All right, you want to go back to Queenie. Now, as far as I know about my mother, this is what I have heard. My mother, apparently, her family was Dibari. Who the hell Dibari is, I cannot tell. But the Dibari was the chief engineer of Palmiste Estate. And my mother was his sister, brother, well, not my mother, my grandmother. And as it went on, my grandmother got married to a fellow called Springer.
He was a
Whether Springer lived in one of the islands, I don't know.
That's some Irishman.
Yeah,
He was a
that fellow,
preacher.
listen, that fellow.
Her name was Kathleen Spring.
And my grandmother came back to live with her brother, Palmiste Estate, in the same house that you know as Cedar Grove.
Yeah.
Right?
Dubari.
The Barry. The Barry died and is buried in Ramat village. This is how my mother died. When my mother was about 8 years old, her mother died in that Cedar Grove house and is buried in Ramat village. So my mother didn't want to go anywhere else, Ramat village, so she was buried in Ramat. That is how that part of the family.
That's how she met your father too.
Where's that?
My mother, 8 years, her mother died, they don't know where the father gone, and she went to Port of Spain. Stay with a family called McCracken
Yeah, McCracken.
in Phillip Street.
That was Cyril's godfather.
Your brother, your father, godfather.
Yeah.
McCracken, yeah.
Yeah, McCracken.
This
Phillip Street.
McCracken, I don't know what he used to do. I don't know, I knew him, but
Barbadian.
rarely. But he had some children, one called Bertie.
Amy.
Bertie was my brother, godfather, Boti Baka.
Yes, that's right.
And then one sister married a fellow called Dr. Milne.
Amy. My friend?
Well, not Dr. Mill. You know the Mill I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Them is the family.
Is that where they met? Is that where she met your father?
Then they had one sister married a reverend. Her name was Bella. She married Reverend Branch. They went to live in Canada. The eldest boy, his name was Glenn. He went to England. He became a forestry man, this is big shot, and he never came back to Trinidad. So
This is all McCracken.
As the boys, there was Boti, no, Glenn was the eldest, Boti next, that other called Noel. He went to the United States, I can't tell you. And another one called Cyril. He remained in Trinidad. Cyril used to be with these people in Second Street. Egad was the manager. You know what I'm talking about.
Shotgun Street, Quarter Spin.
Huh?
Again.
Quarter Spin.
Yes.
Again.
No.
Fogati.
So is that
Egad, there was like an insurance company or fire company.
Colonial. Dupree.
Look, you know where
McCarthy?
you know where the Trinity Cathedral is?
Yeah.
The Second Street or the Second
Yeah.
Street? That house there.
Yeah. On the corner.
And Egad was the manager and Cyril was the secretary for donkey years.
So is that where your father met your mother in Port of Spain?
Who?
Your father met your mother in Port of Spain?
No, I done pass that already.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought she was 8 years old living in.
She went to Port of Spain and she lived and went to work and all that in Port of Spain.
Right.
So, now, my father met my mother somewhere in Port of Spain and they got married. I think my mother was about 28 or something, so 25 or something. He and my father went to live in River Estate. And my father used to work in River Estate as a driver. And eventually he became the manager of the estate. And they take me in Blue Basin River, and the water was too plastic cold, and I smoked. Right? And look at me here today.
That might be the thing to do.
So Percy, you and Cyril were born in River Estate.
Yes.
1908.
You were born there.
No, here no. I have a photograph of you playing in the St. Mary's College Orchestra.
Yes.
That's where you used to walk. You used to walk 4 miles to St. Mary's.
Don't talk down.
You can't play no violin with that.
Because you say so.
Yeah, but that's what he gonna tell me.
You say so. I can't help you if you can't play now.
Yeah, no, I know.
That's what he said. He says he can't help him to can't straighten up.
Hey, listen, they never had a good left hand violinist yet.
No,
Tell me one.
I used to play.
Percy Augustus.
Right there. That's where your finger cuts off.
That's why you don't know me. I can play 200 hoop.
Philip Delmas. Used to play Philip Delmas
Yes.
in the You used to play Philip Delmas.
Yes.
College, yes.
And Carpenter.
Carpenter.
And Chen.
Donald James.
Yes.
And they had a fellow called Sato, Lucian.
Yeah.
A fellow called McLean. A lot of them
Now
there.
you went to St. Mary's College whilst you were in River Estate.
No,
Where you had moved to?
I was born in
River
River.
Estate, right?
And then I told you, so Norman Lamont come here. I get a fellow called Kamodi. And Kamodi come and talk to my father. And my father went to work with Sir Norman Lamont.
In Philippines. In Philippines.
Right? He must have been to work with somewhere in 1913, 14.
But
So how
Percy,
long Grandpa worked How long your
Yeah,
father
wait.
worked at the Botanical Gardens? When did he move from River Estate to the Botanical Gardens?
Well, I was born there, and I can't remember too much how close. But it's somewhere between when I was born in River Estate in 1908 and somewhere in 1914 he went to Palmiste Estate.
So how long
But
you spent at
That's
wait, wait,
it.
wait. If you were living in Palmiste, how come you went to St. Mary's College? How you used to go there?
That's more than a 4-mile walk.
You used to drive to school?
P2!
You used to walk to school?
1.5 miles.
Nah. To St. Mary's College.
Palmiste. You're born in Port of Spain to go to St. Mary's College. Did you born in Port of
Yes.
Spain?
No, I was born in the
Born it.
Born
Where you
in.
live?
Born. How you went to St. Mary's? What years?
full border.
Ah, you
And who you born in at?
at college.
At the school.
And they make and you have to walk 4.5 miles to go to class.
I think the last time was 23, 24.
What's 23,
Nah, he
24?
was born.
So we come to leave school, my brother and that. We got our escort at school every day. Walk 1.5 mile to go, walk 1.5 mile to come back. We used to get 1 penny for a Bitcoin show. Funky people call it set.
Keys are there.
1 Bitcoin show. And that had to buy lunch. Then there's 2 big hot red roll for 3 cents. And we either get 2 bananas for the next cent. He take one at him, put the bread, we eat. Then licks, and come out again.
Who giving you licks if you're born in then?
Monograph. Graph.
Not only grab, today I could sign Grab's signature, and Grab himself can't deny that I did.
It's today.
He said
Right
you could
now.
forge Graf's signature and Graf couldn't tell.
You know Grab?
No, never met him.
Yeah.
You know Grab? Okay.
I know. Yes, I'm a fan.
Yeah.
Signed photograph.
Paragraph.
Yeah.
You cannot build it.
Uncle Percy, you go to St. Mary's.
I said, no, you will get it. Pretty Billy, what do you mean?
He signed photograph signature.
Paragraph signature. He can't dispute this.
Let me see.
First one on the left.
Paragraph, look in there, he went to school to get like stone.
Yeah, it's very close.
Look in there, he cannot
It is many
dispute it.
years that we have left St. Mary's, but that is
I
very
talking when I leave college.
Yeah, we have to bring that to Parliament then.
24.
So what you
And
did
I
when
could still write it without his signature.
what you did when you left college?
Somewhere in 24.
Where you went? Where you work?
Where I went?
Yeah, what you
When I
did?
leave the school,
Yeah.
you know we leave school. My brother, myself, carpenter, what I call Schofield or something. Eh?
Schofield.
Schofield. We went to the fish market. We rent a boat. We're going to fish. And I think we paid $1 for the boat.
But he
This
did it.
time we live in Trinidad. We don't see no more. Where we going? We go to Venezuela. We had only a little bit of money and a few little loaves of bread. It was while we were outside, rowing. The brother godfather came from England on one of the, I forget the name of the boats now. Corporal line or something so. And what is my brother in the boat?
Cyril.
Cyril. And those the boat couldn't come ashore, they used to go back. And when they got in the launch to come and thing, they got that same boatkeeper that come out and yes, they said, what are you doing here? We go, he said, no. They tie the boat back and we come back and go. Again. And that's how we here.
You all were rowing to Venezuela?
Yes,
Yeah.
not wrong with that.
So you were prepared to leave Trinidad.
What?
You were prepared to leave Trinidad.
We tie a link.
You get so much licks.
The only way we stop is to leave my brother here. We come close together. Look, we had enough. My father, I said, last time he went, and when we come and we get licked, he said, oh, get your bed. I said, no. Start on me. Yeah, they'll lick you. But they continue and make sure today, last day, the last time, if you raise your hand tomorrow, we're going to deal with you. My father refused to have anything to do with myself. And that's all the marriage of this marriage college. And we became full brothers. And what if never come out or never saw anybody till holiday time? We had to move, so we had to go.
So where was your first job? Where was your first job?
Well, as far as I'm concerned, after the school, doing nothing at home, I had a girl called,
Oh God.
stop.
Mount open stories about
Here, a girl called Isma Palmer. She was the daughter of a gentleman called James Palmer. James Palmer was the manager of Picton Estate and Wellington Estate. Now, whether you like it or not, we had to go every once a month. They used to have the government band used to play in Harris Promenade once a month.
policeman.
They had a most putrid conductor
Where's that here?
called Wallace.
Wallace.
Wallace. And Cecil Norman and my father.
No.
But he wasn't good. He wasn't good.
You like that?
No, I don't know.
Well, I'm telling you,
It was bad.
terrible.
Terrible.
What to say? So we used to walk around,
Yeah.
and it's so in walking around. This girl father was looking on to,
Farmer.
and he walked along, and we met. And said, Percy, because I knew her because my father used to visit, and them used to visit. So you know what? He said, Percy, you doing anything? I said, no. They want anything to do? I said, yes, if I get something to do.
Wait, now a girl asked you that?
Yes. It's my farmer.
Okay.
Never forget.
All right.
So he tell me, look, my father looking for somebody to work. And I hear him talking about Percy. I gave him a try. He said, you go by my father tomorrow morning, you get a job. And which I did. What? I come home with my mother and father. I tell my mommy, look now, so. Oh God, I don't know what to tell you, father. I don't care, no, I go try. So my mother tells my father gets so damn mad. He said, that's what you want? All right, can it be? Them days, yeah, no more car. Understand, no more car used to them days, you know. Bull cat, donkey cat, horse cat, mule cat. If you go to the river, say you have a cat. Horse. Take people from me, right? No. I want to get to that marriage camp. Hey, Jim. Hey, you're looking for somebody up in my son. He said, oh, yes. My father gone. Not even a penny in my pocket. 5 miles away, I had to walk home, you know. You think I pass through any time, no? I had to walk behind home. But leave me alone. I go, he put me in his gig. So he tell me, well, you know, I'm looking for somebody who would like to work and it's only a probationary period, 3 months.
No pay.
Yeah, tell me nothing. I listened. Then he drives up with a gig to this barn. I don't know if the house still there or the joint in a church or something in Wellington. Picton Estate.
Yeah.
And went up there. A Martinican woman. Boy,
Martinican.
yeah. just full up here, eating down here, he took us hanging down here. And his head I like a rabbit. I'm sure. Oh, good morning. Oh, yes. He said, look, madam, tell me something. How many people residing in this? And she said, well, right now we have 6. And he said, any other rooms? They said, yes, they have 2 vacant rooms. He said, oh, which is the room? Which is the better of the 2? She said, well, she didn't know. Whatever the gentleman, whoever he is, would like. He said, well, what's the difference? He said, well, this room is near the bathroom, the lavatory and so on. This one is further away. And Farmer said, all right, fix up this room. That gentleman coming to work tomorrow to have it really good. How much we pay? Well, my board is $20 a month. What? And then you have a woman who out the room, scrub it down, wash the boot, clean the boot, wash clothes, make up the bed. $5 a month. 25. Well, I never saw 25 cents in my life. So I started to tremble. I didn't know. Then he came in the office. He introduced me a fellow called Bedu, another fellow called Marachi Khan. I never forget these things. And then he came in his office to tell them, look, this is the new overseer, and now find out what her name.
You know, you found your job.
And he come in tomorrow, prepare the books, he replacing, going to replace one. He came in his office. And then he told me, well, you know, all apprentices start at $33.33 a month. Well, I thought I was a millionaire. You laugh at that? I thought I was a millionaire. I don't know what he was. So he said, look, we look at the room, nothing in the room. They don't have bed, press, chair, nothing in it. You want to bring what you have to bring. Well, I don't have no bed, I have nothing. So I said, well, all right, I will try. He said, well, understand, it's no good, 3 months. All right. So good, shake hands, all right, see you tomorrow. So I go, walk 5 miles now. I tell my mother, well, I get this job and it's so. But he had no bed. She said, well, take your bed, take your bread. And my father refused to give him a donkey cart to put him. And I walked back 5 miles. I said, well, look, I could come, but I had nothing to bring me bed. And Farmer said, oh, God, I forgot. Had I remembered. He called somebody, he said, go with this gentleman and bring it furniture. That's how I went back to Cedar Grove in this donkey cart. Yeah, donkey on mule cart. And we put what I had to put, and I go. First month, $8. I go home one day and say, Mommy, let me post money. Go $5. No. You put it away. I said, Mommy, look, I don't know it. Yes. Oh, yeah. I said, well, they woke me from 4 o'clock in the morning. Sometimes I woke in till midnight. What are you doing? I said, well, we had to get up in the morning, 4 o'clock, go to this place where the manager and the manager and this one and head over there and that. And I said, well, we are going to want you to go and do this in this field and that in that field and that. And you, so the head over there, you take that gentleman and carry him and show him the gangs. So I know what gang did the whole going. He can't make sure he gets it. All right. Get breakfast. And then I see a mule. and a saddle. Me, I never stood.
You never sit down on a horse. Never sit down on a mule, a saddle.
And then mule right up on them. When I get on with this mule again, it be like I walk. You think it's joke? Look at me. You laugh. And within a month, the mule threw me down twice. You need that. And I had to walk home. You think it's joke? I guess it did. Anything. It was up there. And well, it was crop time. And, oh, Christ, this and that and the other. And the crop. Well, 3 months gone. Then tell me now. I asked the other fellow, I said, well, what happened there? He said, well, you all right, they'll pick you. You all right, you don't make it. So then, in the crop now, farmer have a party for the staff. Come over. I was invited, I went. Right? And I turned to the other fellows and said, well, what happened? I don't know. Up to that stage, I never hold a girl hand so. Fire to pull his finger, kiss him. I don't know.
Up to that time.
Up to that.
How old were you at this stage?
About 18.
And you never held a girl's hand.
Yeah, I noticed that.
So by this time, the matnika there, make your house.
I am about 70 years old.
So what's wrong with it?
And it took.
Proceed. How you enjoyed the first fete, that same fete?
Wait.
The one he rolling on the side at your club.
No,
Go on. So when did he fete? The party.
I only have an hour, tape, eh?
So when I asked him, he said, what did the girl put there? I said, oh, Christ. By this time, 3 months of work, I gave my mother $5. I didn't smoke. You know what I used to buy? You know a sweetie called extra strong?
Yeah.
A white flat thing?
3%.
I used to buy and I used to eat one every now and then. I like that. Right? And drink it. A bottle of rum was 72 cents. I don't drink. And so, after the end of the shop, I have this money under my pillow and walk out in it every night.
Rich for so.
Huh?
Rich.
What do you mean rich? You're rich, and boy, you know. I'll tell you, I could remember, there was a fellow called Charlie Frost.
Yes. I knew him well.
You know Charlie Frost?
Yes.
There was a fellow called Gerald Taylor. There was a fellow called Alonzo. And I had another fella. Forget what his name was.
So I want to hear about the girl hand you hold.
Wait. So, whatever they do, I know that deep. So this was a big barn of a house. When I tell you a barn, a hell of a big house.
Who is farmer house?
The house where we bought it. Where we bought it.
Oh.
And I will tell you, you would know. You know who used to live in the house after I left, years after that? A fellow called Scott. He was the manager of the estate afterwards. From James Farmer. And all the Scott boys. One was a directional man and all that. All them Scott grew up in the house.
I know who you mean.
You know what?
That's Philip.
All right.
Philip's godfather.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyhow, so the house was so big and the corridor was about 6 foot wide. And we used to play cricket. That was the cricket ground. Everything red spot all over. Anyway,
So when did he fete?
when did he fit?
San Fernando boat club fete.
No, we in the Vietnam. Not yet.
I don't know nothing. I can't handle a hand. This one there, that one there. I get to know this one. This is the first time I get to know. It was the first time. This is the first time I get to know somebody family. And there were quite a few of them. And the Ling family. Because they are all in the mountains. So, where they had music, they had a fellow who used to play the
Xylophone.
fellow called Goodrich. Boy, he could play that. Oh, God, yeah. I'm sure he could drink. But and they were dancing and this and that. I will never forget. The lady came up to me and said, Percy, why don't you come and enjoy that? I said, well, I can't dance. No. He said, well, come, we can teach you.
See, woman.
I get up, I go
I had no chance.
Who is this lady? What's her name?
Farmer.
a farmer girl called, I just called her name, Gwendolyn.
Right. She's your age?
Yeah, well, a little bit younger.
Right.
Oh,
2 years.
Papa, you. I don't know what, I ain't know how to push food there. Never did that. Hey, 3 steps, and I'm mashing foot about 6 times. Everybody know I get it. Well, I'm sorry, you know, but
Jennifer.
I could see so little.
Mommy, chicken here.
Sit down.
In the basket. Mommy.
I get to laying finish. So, but finish, thank you for your prayer. You know what I give her those days, it cost me about $4 or $4.50. They had them a comb, a few glass, a little powder, and they have manicure sets,
7 years.
right? I don't need
7 days work, you know.
no.
7 days.
That's a big present?
In
Big
them days,
gift? Yeah, that's a big gift.
you know, lot of years, he said, but you stupid, you know. I said, well, I don't know anything about this. So, crop finish, we're more privileged now. They tell me I have to join a thing called Trinidad Light Horse.
Yeah, Light Brigade.
So I joined Mr. Trinidad Light Horse. When I get into this, I get a fellow called Sonny Agostini, Keith Hutcherson,
Charlie Cross. Frost.
Dent.
Water.
Huh?
No, stent.
Not Dent.
Stent.
He became an inspector. Dent. All that kind of thing. Had to go to the St. James Barracks, the camp. Who goes there? Trinidad Light Horse. You know what that is? Where are you bad? The worst I ever seen. What? I was afraid, you know. Worst I ever seen. Can't done? Can't. They used to drink, oh Jesus Christ. And there was a cab. So they used to go get the cab, hire the cab, go down the town and get more grog, come back, bring this crap, that crap, that's it, oh, here and there. Right? Until one night in this camp, Georgie Nagy was the quartermaster sergeant. And Georgie Nag used to play a saxophone.
Yeah.
Big fish.
Georgie and you.
I was detailed. They had a fellow called Atkinson. Well, I had just joined, so they left me to deal with that next year. But before I got to that, they had it all arranged and everything. When this noise was up in the place, these inspectors come. They had them sort of car, I think it was, and they stand and they arrange our 4 feet, and as they enter the through the piano. They vanish up. Camp finished. They mash up the train. Creto, Philip Horn.
Yeah.
Smash up the train, tear up the seat. Oh yeah, I can go to jail. I don't know.
You're watching.
Huh?
You're watching, young fella.
That is his story.
So now, as we go along, I went on to walk. And, now, I'm 4 gangs. I have a driver, assistant driver, and a water carrier. All the rest was over. And that is how I get scored. I shame. Let me tell you, I really put me down in the cane field. And all my skin got up with the cane trash. And all got that. They're all gonna go down like me. They're all got that. Well, now I get bad. I join the rest. So during the wet season, we go into this paradise savannah. Dress up, we hat them up, that you wear pen.
Like what they call it again?
Like all that San Fernando.
Like horse brigade. Daddy was in that.
Oskin Samuel.
Oh God!
And Cecil Rojas.
Oh God! Erskine.
And Cecil Rojas.
Cecil.
Daddy was in that.
Cecil Rojas.
Yes.
Cecil Rojas wasn't walking. Cecil Rojas don't push it. I see where they had thing there. And he got a job and he went to walk in La Fortune.
Yes.
I asking you.
But his father didn't
Them
say
was in the picture.
So you dress up nice and thing, and you're going to.
Delivery and hotel and this. I'm going to. Now after they finish, like Charlie Frost, they in the old time, the grooms used to come in a buggy, right? And then 4 mules or horse or whatever we used to use, we used to tie them on and drive them back to the estate. Picton Estate was about 5 miles away. So, we, fat, we go in a place called Splendid Hotel.
Yeah.
You know where Splendid Hotel is?
Yeah.
Where's Splendid Hotel?
By the crossing?
No!
Bottom of High Street.
You know
Yeah.
where
See the blue.
he had a Syrian fellow that had a big store there where Stobel used to sell bread.
Yes.
What the
It's Lower High Street.
Huh?
In High Street.
Not Penitent Street. When that's South Street, Chapman Street and High Street.
Hey,
He used
hey,
to make soup.
you know when you come around here
What is
for
he
the
from?
Hawkins here?
Right,
And
yes.
I old Jasmine station there.
Yes.
Yes.
And around to the back. And after that called Mukan had a rock shop here. And Stobel had the way he had
That's
a
right.
whole
That's right.
mall.
Norman, his father used to make
They
soup.
call it
Gibbs.
Gibbs.
anyhow, big fats,
Yes, I remember Gibbs.
$1. Dinner, $2. Cake and all kinds. After that, Venice, the musician, they had a big bass. And after that, Venice used to play the saxophone. When the music started, the whole lot of them in this place, well, I can't dance. I didn't take me long to learn either, you know. I get smart already. I mashed toe, they mashed me toe, I get beat. I didn't give up. Right? So, I get perfect Charleston and all that, man, I was first class. You know? The same year, Gwendolyn Palmer, she became a Mrs. Bowles, Oscar Bowles' wife. And a girl called Mary Louise. She not Mary, she was a Mary Lang. She had a Louis, became Louis. There were 2 brothers, one they used to call Bonimo. You might know that.
And the other one was Derek Langsford.
And Me, boy, I was, boy, this was nice, boy. Well, never in heaven, no. But the little thing I had on my belly, you look how it gone.
What was that?
The little $2 boy, crop come. I didn't have no more money. I had to wait till I get money. Then I owed about $3 for taxi, bringing me from San Fernando. Every now you pay the taxi, $4 for picture.
We're living high then.
Oh God! I don't know. Come again. You can't go out. You slave. But this time, Mama didn't have the show. What I call Gilbert Skinner of the grandmother. He had the show. His house. So I come to my father and said, well, have this thing here. Oh, you can't go so. He said, you have to go properly, you know. You have to dress well. There is no blue suit and that sort of thing. You have to have tailcoat and white bow tie. Evening suit. Right? So now, by this time, I seen another girl I liked her best. She wanted to go too. And the other fella going now is a fella called Ozzy Dibari.
Yes. No.
You know Ozzy? So Ozzy, he was much alive. So three of us went. Ozzy, Dibari, then girl. We went. And Mr. Gilbert Skinner
Michael.
was also. Then I said, now I get to meet Mrs. Skinner, and for the first time, it was the same night that Whitted got engaged.
Oh,
Mark.
that
Mark
look.
with it.
Mark.
The father Whitted.
Yeah, Mark with it.
Young
Mark.
Mark? No.
Mark. Ian with it,
I
father.
forget the
Father, Ian.
It's Mark.
Give me another little thing with a pencil and a string. So, I know they come on. I say, well, what do you look, what is this? He said, look, no, anybody who has to dance, put down the name and put the time. I go by the same Gwendolyn. I say, well, he said, no, I look at my car, it's all full up already. This one, and they know I can't dance. By this time, I done bad 60 times over.
So,
Anything don't go up.
so they avoided you.
I've never danced with anyone of them in my life
After that.
again.
So bad, man.
So now, this dance started up, and they had a kind of a stroke piece, and this gave us a national witness with them. Now she know I could dance, and she could dance. So I said,
Oh, by this time, he was an expert.
not only an expert, I'm a scissors tailor. Jesus Christ.
So they don't know you're an expert
The
yet.
only two asses is Ozzy and myself. All the rest I want whatever kind of clothes I want. Mostly blue suit. Right?
So they don't know you have learned to dance and you're an expert now. They think you are the fashion too.
Yeah, no. I think I get about 3 dance folks. Somewhere about, if I hear 2:30 in the morning, if the father don't so, the car woke up. Encore, salsa. Master, take over.
Master's voice.
Master, you know the how them girls got me? I only said you could dance, you fool us long enough.
Yes.
I said, I don't fool you. I never fooled anyone. If I felt like I couldn't, no, I can't. I never had not one of that. They've been friends all my life. I never had one that put on. That way I do.
Alright, so
And I finish up later, Parang in Rancho Quimado.
Yeah. By the old man.
No, in
Yeah.
so what's the time now about you riding motorcycle and you get thrown in jail or something from some fact?
Mark has asked you about the times that you rode your motorbike and you got put in jail. What about the time when you had somebody behind you and he fell off and you didn't even know?
I was a reptilian rider with a fellow called Fernando. We went to the same fete in Splendid Hotel.
Yeah.
They came down to go hunt. This now was Frank Brash, Charlie Fraud,
Bernardo.
fellow called Yama Drugstore. Ali or some names of was all
I don't
along the
know.
wall. And all in a motorbike. I had a Douglas motorbike.
Douglas.
Them days was BSA was a big kind of motorbike and
The Harley Davidson.
Red Indian.
Oh, you're right.
Harley Davidson was a heavy. So, no, Bernardo had an aerial.
Yes, I remember that.
So we pack up, and when we finish the fete, and we come to take him, I go get my motorbike to start my hell. It was only afterwards I walked out over that. I was the one that got in trouble with the motorbike. Somebody will go TV it and they take away the top of the carburetor or some blasted things off. I broke it. I go and you never take the motorbike, fighting out in there against the tree. We're going on. Going through the coffee street. One other turn to go down, what else his name? To bring it to Cibero Street. I just think he got an iPhone. I'll be down, I'll go catch myself, Charlie roll over.
Charlie was behind you.
He was the boy like it. Quiet. Settle down, all them stuff. They picked me up, and right opposite, they put me to sit down in the gallery on the bellroom funeral.
Bellroom.
Coffee
You think it's young?
Oh, no.
Then when I got a bad day, I was not like I was actually a photo. And I used to laugh at it and say, yes, man, we're all in a damn night.
Uncle Percy, you have 2 minutes for a message for your nephews and nieces and family. What you want to say? What's the secret of life?
It is a pleasure to have you all with us. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm very happy you all have been here. And I only hope I'm not boring to you and something.
I told him, what's the secret for life? What's the secret?
The secret of life, never go to bed vexed. Never close up your mouth like an old monk. Smile, no matter what it is, and the world will smile. Although you may be catching your heart, don't matter. That's nice. I like it.
It's one of a kind, yes?
Yeah. Let me tell you, I've been through hell here.
Uncle Percy, when you pick up your motorbike,
You know what?
you pick up your motorbike and you ride in the San Fernando Boat Club.
Let me tell you, Michelle, let me tell you,
Mark,
Michelle,
was it
a
Mark?
fellow called Cad Sonad,
Yes.
a fellow called Subal, black as the head of space, Akui,
Linton Mark.
huh?
Mark.
Jelly Joe,
Yeah. Riffy.
No,
Brother.
and let me tell you something, and you know who else? Percy the Bass.
Yes. Yes.
His father was then the inspector.
Yeah.
We used to get away with hell. We having a race on the Golden Nose Stretch.
Motorbike race.
Motorbike race. Tie a rope across the bridge. Nobody back. Tie a rope across the going over it. Nobody come through. Race gone. Poop. This one going, but people doing so and so and so. Police come to me down in a river. You can remember when your father was in this lighthouse?
Yes, that nobody told me about the lighthouse.
Well, I tell you, Charlie Erskine,
Yes.
Erskine and Charlie Frost.
Charlie Frost.
But it was at-
He wasn't right there.
I saw for the gold serving. I could see him. The
Yes.
more you drink, the better you could be them.
1 hour.
Higher years. Go on. Another you. What a good looking you. And we used to come down with another.
Lizzie.
Yeah.
Cecil. She father. He is you. He used to sell tickets in the theater. He buy tickets, but he had nothing more in the theater. I never give up. I took a tell her para primo. I could tell you where he said para the way Maruga.
Maruga. Yeah.
So, Cyril, where was Grandpa at this time? Cyril, where was Cyril at this time?
He was a different kind of guy.
When you were in the estate by Farmer, where was he?
Where was that?
When you were at the estate with Farmer, where was Cyril? He was employed
working in
at
the
UZ.
factory in using the money.
at
Was he
Trinidad.
working for pay at that time?
He was way older than me. He was working for 30 cents a day in the factory.
But that is only $9 a month.
Oh, you know my money now?
But you were getting $33 a month.
But I had to pay this. But he was
And then
in the
they
body now.
to live.
Oh, he was getting 30 cents in
But
his
he had
pocket.
30 cents in his pocket.
Tax free.
And we had about 3 English people. One was a fellow called Horn.
Yeah.
Horn eventually committed suicide for
Yeah.
that.
That's right. That's right.
Huh?
Yes.
That's right.
Horn, a fellow called Brathwaite.
Yes.
Brathwaite or Brathwaite.
Bradford.
Right? And now for the
But didn't Cyril work his first year without pay
yes,
as an apprentice?
as an apprentice.
Not a cent.
And then when he got paid the 30 cents, he had to fire a locomotive. He used to burn coal.
Yeah, it's a
Up
private.
there, Tori took him in the factory and taught him all about a boiler. And that's where he learned perfect how to take out the tools, the swell, the
He
push
was
back
a
and all
master
of
there.
that. Perfect.
He was a master.
Then from there, he had a